Titans franchise episode numero dos, number 2, and we're gonna be headed into this one, and we have some roster cuts to make. We'll make the final depth chart and play in week number 1. So we have to cut 19 players to make our roster down to 73, and I know they actually waived a DB in real life. I'm gonna go over to corners and see if I can find that guy, and we cannot, but we will go ahead and just start making roster cuts. I'll let you guys know, we'll go position by position, and then finding the guys we want to cut. Now running back is a little interesting to me because Hassan Haskins and his off-field stuff definitely, I kind of want to, but Jonathan Ward is a definite cut. Just did not make the team. Julius Chestnut I'd rather have over Hassan Haskins, but I think it's good depth at 4. I like my running backs anyways. Wide receiver Reggie Robertson is staying on this team, I can promise you that. Kinsey here is not great. Colton Dowell, our 7th round pick this last year, I mean, maybe. Chris Moore, this is an interesting one. He could be a good returner, but we basically have Kyle Phillips, who is Chris Moore. It's just like a younger guy that is Chris Moore and could do everything he can. So Chris Moore might be on his way. It's not that much in cap space, but if we have to cut, if we get desperate, Chris Moore is definitely on the block here. We'll cut Racy McMath there, which is a great name. Reggie Robertson will probably make the roster, and we'll just cut Mason Kinsey. And Colton Dowell is just on the fringe here. He might end up getting cut. Morgan Cox, get off my team. Kevin Rader, get off my team. Alize Mack, you could say no, you can't. He's gone. And here's another interesting position group. I'm not a fan of Ben Nyman at all, or Neiman. I hate his 81 speed, and I think Chance Campbell has a chance to take that starting linebacker role, or Monty Rice, preferably probably Monty at 24, 6 foot 233, 6 foot 2 of Chance Campbell could be nice, but I just think I like Monty Rice's 84 tackling over the 75 here. So no doubt Luke Clifford's going to be gone, but this is just another interesting linebacker, or an interesting position group. Jack Gibbons, he's gone. 78 speed just is not tolerable. And I think Ben Neiman might be on the chopping block if it comes down to it, if we need to really cut someone. And then this corner room is very defined with Sean Murphy, Bunting, Christian Fulton, McCreary, Farley, Molden. And I don't know if we even need Steven Jones here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners. And that's all you really need in a room, and we might actually have one of the best corner rooms in the league, like from top to bottom. And free safeties, this is where it can kind of come down to it. 57 tackle at free safety. Tariq Jones, it looks like here. We already have Mike Brown, who just seems to be a better version of Tariq Jones. Anyway, strong safety. This guy looks old as shit, but he's only 25. It's a little interesting. AJ Moore, I think AJ Moore will be on his way. And we have one player left to cut, and I have my idea. It's probably going to be Josh Thompson would suck. He's just too fast. Shaheem Carter's on the block here. Middle linebacker Neiman is on the block. Outside linebacker, no. Where's another one that might be, ready to get up and out? Jaleel Johnson, maybe, but I can't cut anyone from this room. Right tackle, no. Offensive line's good. Receiver is where we might have an issue with Colton Dowell, or even Chris Moore, who I straight up just am not a fan of. Like, overall, like, I just don't want him, and we do not recommend cutting this player. I don't care what you recommend or not. We have plenty of depth at this position. Like, sure, Colton Dowell, we can just get rid of him, no problem. I'd rather have Reggie Robertson. He played better in the preseason. He got open a little bit better than Colton Dowell, than like I noticed. Is what it is. But 30-year-old Chris Moore. But the only thing is, do we have like a bona fide returner? If we don't, I'd say Reggie Robertson or Tyjae Spears. I'd say that we can replace him pretty easily. Chris Moore's off this team, and we have made our roster cuts. Let's make the official depth chart. And if you guys don't like this sort of thing, go ahead and skip to the gameplay. It's fine. I understand. But here we have to make decisions at who plays what position, who moves around, who plays where. Hassan Haskins, like I said, I just don't really, it's just tough looking at him because of his off the field issues. So we'll move Julius Chestnut up into a better spot than him. But wide receiver room, who's going to officially play where? Colton Dowell will, just cap off the roster. So Traylon Burks and D Hop are definitely our 2. That 3 is up. It was up in competition. I like Nick Westbrook-Akina. I like his stats a little bit more than Kyle Phillips, or his ratings a little bit more than Kyle Phillips. I think Kyle Phillips has earned it. I think I want to see what he's got maybe mid-season or week 3. If we realize that we can maybe do better with Nick Westbrook-Akina, we can move him up, and Reggie Robertson and Colton Dowell kind of just some reserve spots. And then tight end Wiley will come in and play in the tight end 2 spot. Andre Dillard, and then at right tackle you'll actually see the starting Jalen Duncan with Petit Frere sitting out because of his 6-week suspension. So we will have Peter Skronsky at guard, Aaron Brewer at center, which we can find a better option. Dylan Raduns also, but right tackle Jalen Duncan, we'll see how he can do. I don't expect the world of him. Left end and right end D tackle. This is going to be a tough position group for sure. Never mind, we'll keep it as is. Left outside linebacker Arden Key will come in and play. If he doesn't show up too much, then Rashad Weaver will get his chance, I promise you that. And then here we will jump Neiman on the roster and just go with Aziz Alshire and Monty Rice for now. Right outside linebacker Harold Landry, really bright spot on this team, one of my favorite players. And here is where we will have our quote-unquote issues, because this is such a strong group and I love this this group of players. And as much as I want McCreary and Fulton to start, Murphy Bunting's just too good not to. So we'll put Christian Fulton, Murphy Bunting, McCreary in the 3rd. Farley will play the slot. Elijah Molden kind of on a reserve role. If he needs to come in, he can come in and play. Strong safety, free safety, I feel like that is pretty established. Kick returner is up in the air for right now. I don't know if I want to bring in anyone to play. I don't think we will. I think, yeah, Reggie Robertson will just be our returner for both kick and punt. So now this might get a little interesting. At left end, we'll have Jeffrey Simmons. He'll be off one of the edges. Harold Landry will be off the other. But at D tackle, we'll have Danico Autry and Tier Tart. I will have Tier Tart above just because of age reasons and overall like development. And here we want Monty Rice, and then Campbell will come up and play for Neiman, who honestly, in my opinion, I can't be bothered with. But yeah, defensive line, we'll see how it works out. We'll kind of test this for a game. I just recommend putting, Jeffrey Simmons on the inside, obviously. And then that would leave Arden Key or Danico Autry to come off the edge, or come off an edge, which, in my opinion, wouldn't be the worst thing ever. It looks like Danico Autry isn't quite the athlete you need to be. And I don't think Jeffrey Simmons is either. And Arden Key, I mean, neither is he. So we'll do this. How about this? Danico Autry, Jeffrey Simmons. So Danico Autry, Arden Key, and then with Harold Landry off the other, with Rashad Weaver backing him up. Defensive tackle will look like Danico Autry, or we'll have Jeffrey Simmons and Tier Tart up the interior. Sub linebackers, you guys already seen this. So that will be the final depth chart for the team. Let me know how you guys feel about that. If you guys feel like a player is getting snubbed or something, needs to play a little bit more, let me know. We'll head into week number 1 versus the Saints. We'll answer some press questions and whatever other things pop up for the week. All things considered, we aren't the worst team right now. I think we'll just commit our goal at 7 wins. We'll have to do our scouts. That will be pretty important. Opening day keys, though. Let's see what this is about. Menu's moving slow, per usual. It's opening day this week and a fresh start for your team around the league. Wait, for your team, for every team around the league, and you'll be facing the Saints. What's the key to victory? Probably a stifling defense. That's where we have to concentrate right now. Disrupting the pass. No, I want to stuff the run. Alvin Kamara, we can't let get anywhere. So we'll allow less than 75. I don't think that's a thing. Anyways, I'll also mess with some of the game settings before we hop into this one. Just turn up game length. I'm not messing with any sliders yet. We'll do weekly strategy. We don't have to manage staff yet, but I will get my scouts in order. And so here's the scouts: national scouts, wide receiver, cornerback, just because it's a very good strength in this class. And then defensive tackle, offensive tackle for central, my 2-star because I need tackle. And then OT, outside linebacker, OT. So we're looking for tackle right now, DN and outside linebacker. Maybe we're pursuing tackle a little bit too heavy. It is what it is. I mean, you can look around this one. We don't really need corner or wide receiver scouts on it, so I just said, okay, screw it, we'll put an offensive tackle on there. But other than that, we have good scouts all around, so we're looking okay. I feel pretty confident about the scouts in this class. I feel like we should be okay. I feel like we should have a good bit of the class that we want to know. We'll know. Almost simulated like kind of the week there. That would have been a little interesting, a little insane, out of the membrane for me. Weekly strategy, I mean, there's really nothing to do here. No more training camps or anything like that. I don't think that will have anything to do. I will let you guys know, though, I'm doing half pad split, and then we will guard the defense. What do we want to do? We probably want to defend the inside run. It's probably where we were the weakest in preseason against the run, and since we said that we do a good job against it, probably want to keep that that promise there. And then we will also want to run inside and out with Tyjae Spears and Derrick Henry, but I think we'll pretty much just keep it, making sure that's still on half pad split. And then we will go ahead and hop into here, and these are the focus players I want. We'll go start training, play mini games. I don't want to, so we're good. Play season game, play full game, and we'll head in, and we will have week number 1 away. We are we are not playing at home, which is unfortunate for the thumbnail, but we get to play in a dome, I think. I don't know. But New Orleans, I think they're getting hit with the hurricane right now, or they have been. So I think the practices between Houston and the Saints, I think they practiced, or they canceled the joint practices. And I'm sorry, I just elbowed my desk. The battle of the old heads. Ryan Tannehill against not Derrick Henry, but Derek Carr. And that looks like Chris Olave, Demario Davis, Cam Jordan. We've got an interesting matchup, to say the least. I do not want to see Neiman's name out on that field today. That man is way too slow to be stepping field on an NFL field. Past the preseason, the game will be a little bit laggy. That is just what it is. Trevon Wesco, looks like we're kicking off, and the New Orleans Saints and new quarterback Derek Carr will take the field for the first time this season. The 79 overall with 82 speed. They're very generous with Derek Carr, and I did not remember to change the quarter length, so 9 will have to do, and I think it will do fine. But we're just out here. Azeez Al-Shaair, Arden Key, Monty Rice, linebackers to start this one off. Jawan Johnson in motion. They will start with a run, and that looks like, is that Monty Rice on the inside already making an effort to stop the run. Exactly what I like to see, and I cannot get past this game. It'll only get better as time goes on, but I mean, Jiminy Chrysler here. Man up here with him. Get up there. Oh, Caleb Farley making an insane play. Derek Carr's first pass attempt as a Saint is picked off by the 6'2", I think, or even 6'4". Caleb Farley goes up and makes a play on him. Tries to throw a little bit of a fade route here, and boom, Caleb Farley's just there to pick that one off. A little extra speed. Traquan Smith had no chance. Caleb Farley just snags that right over his head. We'll see Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans offense take the field now. And in the past, Tannehill has been struggling against NFL teams and in general, just NFL defenses. He hasn't been as good as he has been in previous years with the Titans, and so we'll work to get that back. Derrick Henry and this team are fitted and kitted, ready to beat this team here. We'll go to Derrick Henry, catches the ball, gonna try to go through Marshawn Lattimore, get some help with Demario Davis on bringing down Derrick Henry. Good first play, or good first passing play for Ryan Tannehill to get some sort of momentum rolling after an interception. Will run towards Demario Davis and his side. It looks like they are working on stopping the run too. Curls concept on the field. We will have our pick of the crop, and Kyle Phillips, good catch in traffic against the highly touted safety Tyrann Mathieu. Just a very good effort on that one. Man, I like this play call right here, but I don't know if the CPU will let us get it. We'll snap the ball quick. Derrick Henry up the inside, trying to work back past. This offensive line's been okay to start. I was expecting it to be a little bit worse. They'll go PA, whatever this was. It'll be a play action sweep to Kyle Phillips and maybe look to take a shot at the end zone. Snap the ball, 2 fakes, and it looks like we should have Hopkins, but Tannehill under pressure just misses him. I know my wide receivers. I have D-Hop in the end zone, just beating the second-year Alontae Taylor, who is not that highly rated in Madden. DeAndre Hopkins has himself his first touchdown as a Tennessee Titan. Straight up, just great release, gets in the end zone, partying with Chig Okonkwo in the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins with his great first drive as a Titan. Just throw it up, let him beat his man, and make the good catch in the end zone. Tyrann Mathieu was not playing safety on the right side. And here we are back on defense. We've done a good job so far on, you know, stopping this team. And who is that in the backfield? Is that Rashad? It's not Rashad Weaver. I think that's Harold Landry. And Traquan Smith could be injured on that play, which could actually help the Saints because he's not been that great. We'll drop back here with Aziz Al-Shaair into coverage just over these guys. And this one, almost another pick. Christian Fulton doing a very good job at disrupting that play, staying in the right spots, playing the right coverages. We might have to go ahead and mess with some sliders after this one. Another play where our linebackers will be playing virtually on the line and work their way out. And I see a wide open Chris Olave that just isn't targeted. Derek Carr lets that one fly, and 4th and 10, we'll have ourselves a punt. Back on the field, the Titans offense at least, and we will go ahead and start with a run. Derrick Henry, great run lane, gets behind DeAndre Hopkins, and Derrick Henry so far has been really good, and I'm glad that he's on our team, because if we had to bring him down every single time they ran the ball, it'd be a little challenging to say the least. So Derrick Henry, just an absolute beast, finds the right lane again. We might have to turn down like a lot of sliders. Run blocking seems to be way too good for way too tough and way too bad of an offensive line. Yeah, we are taking the Saints to town here. Kyle Phillips right here might be the go-to route, as long as DeAndre Hopkins. It's just a missed pass by Ryan Tannehill. That is, it's gonna happen. Ryan Tannehill isn't the best quarterback in the game, a little bit older, not exactly known to be the pocket passer archetype, so he might miss one here and there. We'll go down to Josh Wiley. This one will also be missed, just barely can get his arm there. I don't know what's going on with that. Big play here, and this one might just be intercepted. Just lobbing it up to our best player. 3 of 7, 40 yards and a touchdown. Not a way to start this game for Mr. Tannehill here. We won't have any wind. We have a pretty bad kicker this year on the Tennessee Titans, but we'll go for it. This one is up, and this one is traveling and good. I think from 57. Huge pick from Shudak. I'm not sure, but great kick for our kicker. Derek Carr going to lead this New Orleans Saints offense once again. It might be a tough go out for these guys now. I don't like Arden Key playing in coverage as much as he is. It's kind of bothering me. This one will probably be a run to the right side. It looks like it's pretty well covered up, and there is who I believe just said. I don't like Arden Key on the tackle there in a joint effort with Kevin Byard. He came down to make that play. Like right here, Monty Rice, I'm glad he's playing here, but Juwan Johnson might be the focus here of that one. And this one just sailed left of his receiver, Derek Carr. 0 for 4 with 1 interception to start this one. He is not looking good. He has open receivers, I'm seeing him, but it's just whether or not he can, you know, take advantage of the fact that that's a thing. A little over, you know, done there. Ooh, good job from TR Tart getting to the quarterback, even though he had all day before that. Reggie Robertson now. If we got to the outside there to the left, made a little hard cut behind number 37, who might be like Elijah Molden or someone, maybe backup safety. Maybe we could have made something happen there. Right here, we start our drives off a lot with runs. We'll go play action, or at least make it look semi like a good run formation. Let it go down the field. Traylon Burks. And this one is jarred out by Tyrann Mathieu. Maybe even a drop from Traylon Burks, if you will. So, unfortunate. Tyjae Spears now into the game. And I don't know what I'm doing. We'll see. No, this one is definitely going to the running back. Tyjae Spears. Big run, by the way. And something to note, he has no ACL and arthritis. By the way, apparently he has no ACL and he suffers from arthritis. Like, what in the world? He looked he looked really good though in the preseason game against, I believe, the Vikings. It was. I'm not 100% sure if that's the right matchup, but he had a big run this week in the preseason. That was kind of fun to watch. We'll line back up here, and we'll just run it with Ryan Tannehill and his 86 speed, and just go down. And injury timeout, Traylon Burks. This is a very serious thing. This is our wide receiver 2. That has just gotten injured. Looks like we'll see a little bit of Nick Westbrook-Akina depending on the injury, we could be seeing him for the rest of the year when I didn't expect it. And that is just a wide open. Chigoziem Okonkwo beats the coverage. Marcus May was a little too slow to catch back up. Okonkwo, and that is 2 deep touchdowns from Ryan Tannehill. What can we say? We are absolutely decimating the Saints right now in week 1. This isn't the best team in the league, but it's a good showing. Treylon Burks suffers a dislocated elbow and will not return to this game. Kyle Phillips will have to come in and play that wide receiver 2, and Nick Westbrook-Ikhine will come up and play for in Kyle Phillips' wide receiver 3 spot as I burp mid-sentence. Chris Olave catches 1 for 12 yards. Perfect start for Derek Carr on this drive. Aziz Al-Shaair I'll be using in the middle of the field on this one. And this one, good effort there by number 0, who might be Sean Murphy-Bunting. I'm not quite sure who that is. And Monty Rice making his way over. Almost a blown coverage sort of deal from him. Now this will be interesting. We haven't really played too much man so far, and that's probably why Juwan, oh, that's not Juwan, that is Michael Thomas on the number 3 of, I believe, Caleb Farley, trying to carve up this defense, and they're starting to make a little bit of a dent. So Aziz Al-Shaair, our linebackers, Caleb Farley, the slot corner, will have to do a better job in coverage after the first 2 here. We'll wait, and Juwan Johnson just underneath. And I think that's Monty Rice that I just dove in front of Juwan Johnson with. And this one will be a fake run, and it is there to Michael Thomas, who was open, just couldn't connect. Just getting the inside leverage. And this one's going to be an open. Juwan Johnson wanted to lay the wood to him. And Derek Carr's done a lot better this drive. 4 of 11, 67 yards, and an interception on the game. End of the first quarter, 17-0. And we have done exactly what we needed to do. And wow, 6 rush plays, it says on there. I mean, it might be a little bit more than that. With 74 rushing yards is quite insane. And I'll be playing Monty Rice over here. It looks like the more dominant receivers on this side, as I want to get up to like Olave immediately. And Monty Rice almost made an effort there. This one is arguably a touchdown, but down on the 1, they'll say. Traquan Smith for the Saints. We'll play 60 pinch. We have no other play call really available. I'll use Monty Rice, try to shoot a gap here and work towards the running back. We don't need to. Arden Key disrupting in the backfield. Good for him. He's started off this season pretty good. They are a little bit backed up this time around. Aziz Al-Shaair in man coverage against the running back. It doesn't matter who is flying off. Is that Amani Hooker, who is flying off the edge, making a sack and a play for this defense to hold them to a field goal to make it 17-3. This is a little interesting here. This one is up and good. It'll be 17-3 our ball. Derrick Henry today to start the game. 6 rushes, 43 yards on the day, averaging 7 per carry in just the first quarter of play. And we'll have, I just forgot, we'll have Kyle Phillips back on the field, and we'll go right to him. Kyle Phillips and Nick Westbrook-Ikhine playing those receiver spots now that we have an injured Treylon Burks, which is a little bit of a letdown. Burks should be pretty good, but just can't stay healthy, it seems like, so far in his young NFL career. We will just go Tyjae Spears out of the backfield, and this one will be dropped and just chased down by number 29. Peter Skoronski was number 111. We go Will Levis, who we will not see today. And Malik Willis has actually played better than him, all things considered. And maybe Nuke Hopkins gets open here. He will. This one is going to be lobbed up and just dropped right in the bucket. Lante Taylor and Tyrann Mathieu kind of just splits the zone on that little out route. And D-Hop has so far been everything we could have hoped for and more, as he has started the season off fine, to say the least. And Tyjae might have gotten his chance, and we'll give this one up to Kyle Phillips. Just saw that one a little too late. Ryan Tannehill, 6 of 13, 114, 2 touchdowns. What an impression he's leaving. We'll start 2nd and 10 now. The run just looks way too wide open. We will go play actions, maybe let a linebacker bite or something and find Chig Okonkwo across the middle of the field at some point. Here he goes. Oh, good play by the defensive player there to get in the backfield. Number 93. Not 100% on who that is, but good job by him trying to figure that one out. Is this just me? Is D-Hop going to be... Okay, I was going to say, is he going to be wide open, but it doesn't look like it. And go back across the body, and That one just was airmail. And we'll take our points here. This one's a 50-yard attempt and straight through the uprights. Our kicker nails it from 50. And the Saints back out here now looking for something to happen. And number 3, if Caleb Farley continues to get beat out of the slot, maybe he isn't the right fit for the slot on this team, but I just wanted him to get playtime somewhere. Thought he was capable. Maybe I made the wrong decision here as head coach. Azeez Al-Shaair will get stopped. It's a good run from Alvin Kamara to just push the ball up the field. Maybe they should start going to him a little bit more, as we have started to commit more to the pass than the run, or predict pass more than the run. So we will try to keep Kamara under control in this one. They go to him, and good job by Monty Rice to get put on the ground to trip up Alvin Kamara in the run lane. 2nd and 6 now. They will take the hit and go after the run game. After that good first run from Kamara, they went back to him 2 times in a row, yet to get that first down. So we've done a pretty good job keeping him in check for these last 2 carries after having a bigger run. So just want to play inside shade, and that's a good hold. Like, that's a good catch. Holding on is Traquan Smith. And just good coverage. See, this is what I hate right here. Arden Key is manned up against Juwan Johnson. And yeah, that is what we can't have. 77 Arden Key on a player like Juwan is not fair. This is a little interesting. I don't like it. I don't like how Arden Key is playing in coverage that often. It's kind of bothering me. And Monty Rice gets taken out of the equation there. And Amani Hooker will step up and make a good play after only 4 yards from Alvin Kamara after the previous play. And I'll just move over Arden Key here. There's no time for him to move across the whole field. And so we will just try to do our best to keep this offense at our best. And good catch by Michael Thomas. Just overcommitted a little bit with Azeez Al-Shaair. Made our way back to the other side before it was already too late by the time we made it back. And just a good hold on from Michael Thomas as he was able to control himself there. And Monty Rice, this one will be a one-on-one attempt from Azeez Al-Shaair, and Alvin Kamara almost made him look stupid. Jamal Williams into the game for the first time. A little bit more of a methodical drive than we've seen from this team so far all game long, as they are just picking the small gains. They are just doing what they need to get this one underway. Juwan Johnson, 3 catches, 33 yards, having a game. 20-3 though. You would say they aren't out of this, especially if they score here, but this game has been pretty one-sided to this point. They are starting to gain a little bit of that momentum back. I hate that Arden Key's covering a quarter flat here. We might have to make some adjustments. It's not even halftime yet. I don't even think about that, as this clock will start to kind of noticeably wind down. Foster Moreau on that one. Just a tough play here to guard. Is just all these flats that we're worrying about different things. Like I said, I want inside leverage here, and this one goes up. I thought I would have been put on number 26 there. I think that's Christian Fulton, but ended up getting taken onto the DB. I switched on, and it ended up putting me on like Caleb Farley or something. So a little unfortunate. Azeez Al-Shaair or Monty Rice will be on a blitz here. I want to try to go around the D tackle and try to move up, but that won't happen. Just a missed pass. That could have been easily a touchdown. Something to note, we received the second half kickoff, and this one will come down. It'll be Azeez Al-Shaair and Monty Rice ganging up on Mr. What's his face? On Mr. Alvin Kamara. And we do not need Byard playing that high. Azeez Al-Shaair, I will play the middle of the field on this side with. I don't really think that will blitz. Out route, Thomas cooked Hooker, and Hooker acting like he just saved the damn world. We'll play some man coverage. It's going to get a little complicated here. Routes crossing the field. Give me Kevin Byard to cover Alvin Kamara. And this might be... Oh, look at that! They didn't even score. They went for it on 4th down. We have 40 seconds to run out. Yeah, we'll just go Derrick Henry, safest option. We'll see you guys at halftime. Halftime report. We'll look at the rest of the league and see how they're doing across the map. We'll look around. We'll find who's doing well and who isn't. We'll start with the Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson looks pretty much perfect, with Zay Flowers looking like the leading receiver with 14 yards. CJ Stroud looking like he's having kind of a rougher one. In Atlanta, Carolina takes the challenge to, wow, Bryce Young is killing it. 10 of 13, 122 touchdowns, with Adam Thielen being the main wide receiver focused in that one. Interesting. You obviously hope for a little bit more from the Falcons, but Panthers really have had the answer for him. Gardner Minshew being the starting quarterback for the Colts. Maybe an injury to Anthony Richardson, but Josh Downs, 1 reception, 42 for a tutty. Good for him. And this game has been pretty one-sided, as you guys know. We'll go ahead and receive the ball, start the second half. And we are starting the second half with, you know, obviously under center we have Ryan Tannehill. Let's get him in rhythm. Can this old man get his flimsy arm up and throw the ball to D-Hop when he was in pretty good coverage, but had that inside leverage? And just a little interesting play there. Chigakonkwo matched up on Tyrann Mathieu, I would say, is a little bit of a mismatch. We'll just throw it away here. Outside of the box, it won't be intentional grounding. I do have that on. Last year I didn't because it's so broken. Things that aren't intentional grounding are viewed as it, and it's just really annoying. We'll put Tyjae Spears on a little curl. It might interfere with the route from DeAndre Hopkins, but you know, if he can find a way to open that up. And no, this one won't be. Trying to move up, fumble from Ryan Tannehill. We'll just have to move out of bounds. Nothing really got open. That was a real obvious throw. I want to keep this lead. I want to keep building on it, but let's go and play some defense and hold the New Orleans Saints to just 3 points. And oh my lord, Azeez Al-Shaair comes flying across the field, has to outrun Michael Thomas and Derek Carr into the end zone, gets getting tackled in the end zone. Azeez Al-Shaair with the pick six. Derek Carr with his second on the day. Second interception, that is, not second pick six, but Azeez Al-Shaair easy reading that one, and that was just nice. We'll try a little bit of man coverage with a linebacker blitz. It's going to be Monty Rice coming in, and Caleb Farley just once again gets beat. And their chances of winning just keeps going down the more mistakes they make, but they have good flashes, the Saints, that is. And they just come out and they look good. They make a mistake, and it just sets them back. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have been doing so much better right now. And Alvin Kamara trying to work his way, passing up the gut. He does. Made a few people look kind of dumb. And wide open, Michael Thomas up the side. Yeah, they are marching at this point. They made this one look pretty easy. They made our defense look pretty out of sorts, so we want to make sure to just spread out a little bit more. Don't let windows look that open, especially for Derek Carr, a quarterback that sees the field or can see the field pretty well. This one is a nice tackle from number 31, and it might have just ended Foster Moreau and his night here with the Saints. Halfway through the third now, up 27-3. I think we're looking pretty good. I'm going to take Azeez Al-Shaair and just work up the gut, try to get him a TFL. And I don't know if that'll be credited with the TFL, but it's a good stop from Azeez Al-Shaair taking on Alvin Kamara all by himself after that pick six on the last drive. Azeez Al-Shaair is looking pretty good right now. Might end up featuring in the future of this team's plans. A little held up on that pass, and good thing Murphy Bunting, you know, got a bad ball there from Derek Carr, because that could have very easily been a touchdown for Michael Thomas. They'll just end up taking their points. It looks like it'll be 6-27. Will Lutz is up, and this one is going to be good. 27-6, our ball. And we see Tyjae Spears appear in the game a few times, but we just really haven't gotten it to him. And we'll try now to outrun Marcus May, which looked like our best bet at a very, very long touchdown. We'll have DeAndre Hopkins on a little out route here, and that might work well. It looks like it might be man coverage. This one wide open due to a little natural pick there. Just didn't end up working out or coming to fruition. Z spot again will be the call. I will have the balls. Why is this a read option? I just want to go Tyjae Spears up the inside to Mario Davis. We'll stop that from happening. We have really struggled on offense in the second half of this game, and it's not worrying or anything. I just know we've been playing a little bit more conservatively. But we'll have Ryan Stonehouse, I believe his name is, punt it down the middle of the field. We will have 21-3 come at him. And Rashid Shaheed, Caleb Farley getting a little bit into it. A good pass and catch from Derek Carr to Chris Olave, and a good tackle from a good conservative tackle from Azeez Al-Shaair. This one looks like a run. We won't commit to it, but we'll definitely play it like a run, and it will get pressure in the backfield immediately. Monty Rice is all over that one with, it looked like Danico Autry, who's coming off the edge, I believe, this one with Harold Landry. And Derek Carr might try to take off here. No, he won't. Jeffrey Simmons stripped over all the back of him, and it'll be a punt. And we'll go wide receiver screen, Nick Westbrook-Akina, and he breaks a tackle. He's up the sideline. Marcus May to shove him out of bounds. Really pretty screen there from the Titans offense. Something I'm not, like, I mean, I'm obviously all for it. Something I'm not accustomed to, though. I have not run too many wide receiver screens. On old gen, it was pretty bad mechanics. Is number 90. I don't know who the hell that is, but he looks like a whole out as Brian Brzee. They did him dirty. He is a thin, like 300 or 290, 280 even, 285, I'd guess, Brian Brzee's weight. And they made him look like a whole 400-pound man. And this one is airmail. Going for DeAndre Hopkins. Penalty, delay a game, offense. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. We know. Moving on. 3rd and 13 on our 50. This will be interesting. Post crossed from the gun formation. Tajay on a little out I can get with. But we're going to have to look for like Kyle Phillips or Westbrook-Ikhine. Not early, but oh my. And it's going to be a sack. Cam Jordan is there for his second. 4th and 26. We have not stood a chance, and is Ryan Tannehill slow to get up? And this one wide open for Alvin Kamara. Diving for his feet is Azeez Al-Shaair. Couldn't quite get there. Alvin Kamara going 10 rushes for 54 yards, averaging over 5 per carry on the day. And it's not what you love to see. Obviously, you wanna try to stop the run, especially if that's our focus on the day. And we'll try to shoot the gap, and we just weren't there. It's Monty Rice, Caleb Farley, and Azeez Al-Shaair all combining, trying in a joint effort to take down Alvin Kamara, who has proven to be a pretty good player. In this one here, Monty Rice will be in the middle of the field. This looks like another run play, formation, and everything. Number 58, Harold Landry, off the edge, is quick to stop Alvin Kamara. It'll be 3rd and 5. And great pass breakup from number 26. That's Christian Fulton coming across, stopping this ball from getting into Olave's hands, and they'll punt it again. Maybe if it was the 4th quarter, things might change, but this one, I mean, if they still feel like they have a chance, they're confident in their defense, which I would be at this point. They're doing a very good job, and Reggie Robertson catches this one out of bounds. Just had too much momentum carrying towards that sideline. And Westbrook-Ikhine, this one is up, and this one is overthrown under pressure. Pressure got to Ryan Tannehill pretty quick, as he started this one really, really good, and just has kind of fallen off a cliff. I don't think we've gained a single yard in the passing game in a while. Chig Okonkwo underneath might be someone to look at. We will go to him kind of early. Okonkwo has a touchdown in this one, a pretty distant one. 3rd and 6, we go hurry up. Try to find some sort of offensive momentum. And it'll be a little bit tough, if you will. We'll have Ikhine run a little bit lower than he has been. We'll go Chig Okonkwo back to the same play. Alontae Taylor on the tackle. 10 of 24, 154, 2 touchdowns. And Okonkwo, so far, I think that's his 3rd or 4th catch, and he's had quite an exceptional day. Okonkwo in motion, and this one will be a Derrick Henry run, and Derrick Henry's feet going and getting after it. So Derrick Henry's 10 rushes for 59 yards would arguably be better than Alvin Kamara's 10 for 54. I don't think it's arguable at all, actually. I think Derrick Henry has just simply been better in this game. We'll move to the right side where Cam Jordan will fly and try to get there. Pete Werner is down, though, number 20. Linebacker for the Saints here. I think as long as we can get a first down here, chew enough time off the clock, get it down to maybe 5 minutes, I'd say that's pretty much the game, as number 27 almost does not do his job. And Derrick Henry continues to bowl forward. 12 rushes, 69 yards. And he is single-handedly taking this team, not quite to glory, but he's doing a good job of just managing the game himself instead of putting it on Tannehill's bum-ass noodle arm. And we'll head out. And I'm not used to spamming X yet. I'm going to be honest. I'm not used to engaging and just pressing X immediately. It's new to me. I have not played Next Gen. It's my first year on it. I'm on PC, so it's a little bit different. So Derrick Henry will get it up the gut again. Derrick Henry will get brought down by that looks like Brian Brzee. 14 rushes, 81 yards. And he will continue to go stamina all day long, as we have not seen the other guy, Tajay Spears, come back out here. We're gonna go play action and look for maybe Josh Wiley underneath if we can find him. And no, it'll actually be Kyle Phillips, who gets up the field too. Kyle Phillips quietly put together quite a nice day, if I'm not mistaken. I do want to see his numbers, because if I remember, 3 receptions, 47 yards. He's been a factor today, and I think that's all we can ask out of the young receiver who is filling in now for Treylon Burks. And Derrick Henry reverses field, tries to head up the field. Couldn't really find too many blockers or too many things that work through that run alley. Oh, big injury. Derrick Henry has been injured. that is very, very unfortunate. Tyjae Spears will come in and be the full-time running back. Huge little drop note here, and Tyjae, oh, he was going for the end zone there. Tannehill just 9 yards off 200 yards, all things considered. Hassan Haskins will come in on the goal line. Seems like our next best power back. I don't really want Chestnut in this spot, and that's actually a sack, maybe? Brian Brzee going to be probably credited with a tackle for loss. And shoulder strain, we'll just put Tyjae Spears in for now. I think it just makes the most sense. And we will go PA sprint, whatever the frick this play is called. Trayvon Wesco might be the go-to, as we'll roll out and just throw it. And this one nearly intercepted by Marcus May in the end zone, targeting DeAndre Hopkins, as Wiley, the rookie, is getting into it with a seasoned veteran. And you know what? Screw it. We're going to run with Tyjae Spears, try to find our way up the middle of the field. Tyjae working and gets down to the 1. Little interesting. And they are going to be at the line they have accumulated for this scenario here. We won't snap the ball. We'll take our points. We'll move back 5 yards on the delay game. This one is up and good. We'll take 30-6 now, and it'll be Saints ball. Saints back on offense. They'll have to look for someone, and someone quick. And this one, Kevin Byard and Alvin Kamara getting into it. And very interesting little debacle between the two, as Monty Rice will be on a QB spy or just a free zone. I mean, it's interesting. I don't mind this. I think that, you know, whatever. And no one's there to cover Chris Olave, who just ran a little curl route and gets open. And it's a screen play. Farley going to try to make his way up the inside of there. He can't, so it's a successful screen play, something I didn't expect. On a 3rd and 4 play call, Kamara gets that first down. I'm not letting you guys in on like every play right now. I'm kind of just, you know, doing the thing. Injury timeout. Alvin Kamara is down with an injury. It looks like a lower back sort of thing. Unfortunate for them, but they got Jamal Williams now in the backfield to help out a tad. And this one goes straight to Michael Thomas, who's been pretty good this game, especially at separating, but not exactly, like, numbers wouldn't have it that he's having the best game in the world. Only 4 catches for 61. And this one open, Juwan Johnson. Kevin Byard does a great job to stop that at the 1. And Juwan Johnson having possibly a better day than Michael Thomas was, just having that you know, that opportunity. What a throw by, and there's Juwan Johnson, now definitely having a better day than Michael Thomas numbers was, especially. And Saints went for 2, didn't get it. This one will be onside. I trust Josh Wiley now to get it going. I was going to try to reverse field over to the left side, try to find a blocker or two, an additional 5, but couldn't quite get there. So it'll be Tyjae Spears taking the ball now, as Derrick Henry is inactive. Or we'll make him inactive for the rest of this game. We do not want to see what happens when a injured Derrick Henry all season long. You know, it just wouldn't be good. And this game is over. We can run out the rest of the time, but I won't. I'm just gonna pop one more play, and then we'll be on our way out, as Tyjae Spears gets to the right side, finishes 7 with 31. So yeah, that'll be the game, and it's a good one. It's just a little bit dominating. Definitely gonna have to change some sliders. I gotta get my energy up too. I just drank, you know, the Alani, but I don't know. I still feel like I need to put more energy into this. Finish scan 30-12. We'll look at some stats. Ryan Tannehill goes 93.2 QBR. 12 completions, 27 attempts. I would have liked, you know, to have a little bit more completions. Only 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He got the job done. Derrick Henry, who is injured, or who was injured, 17 of 89 with 5.2 per carry. It just did good. Tyjae was fine as well. He wasn't anything, you know, insane. Then we'll go to receiving. Or Chigakonkwo actually, or I guess DeAndre Hopkins led with receiving, but Phillips and Chig both had good days. Tyjae out of the backfield got a chance, and Nick Westbrook-Akina turned a screen into 18 yards. Derrick Henry with a little dump-off pass as well. Wasn't bad. Defensively, though, I'm really proud of the Azeez Al-Shaair performance. No TFLs, but half a sack, an interception, and a touchdown, or 8 tackles is a great way to start a season. And speaking of sacks, though, only half a sack. Wow. 5 halves. So Monty Rice with half, Harold Landry with half a sack, Amani Hooker with half a sack, Azeez Al-Shaair with half a sack, and Danico Autry with half a sack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 halves of a sack. and 2 interceptions, 1 for Aziz and 1 for Caleb Farley. And we have a few upgrades here. Monty Rice, Roger McCreary, all like ones I want to do. So I also want to do Dylan Radons just because he's starting right now. Roger McCreary, where does he need to be better? I feel like, okay, so man coverage could go up. So I'm going to do man coverage here, man to man, and it should raise him to a 76, which is good. I like that a lot. I'm glad that he's moving up, and his man and zone is now matched. I don't really want him playing that little slot role. I'd rather like let Farley do what he does. He got a pick this game, so I feel like that's a little bit better. Field general, just to make him a scheme fit here for Monty Rice, push him up to a 70 overall. And +4 block shedding is actually huge, as he was at 65, not 69. Nice. Dylan Radons at left guard, at starting left guard for now. We'll have to just make him a better, you know, we'll just go with agile here. Dylan here just needs to get better, and I think that's what we're doing with him. And Shaim Carter, just you do you, boy. Auto upgrade for sure. And then here at week 1 with a huge victory. I was really impressed by our ability to stop the run this week. I felt like I think we felt the pressure to step up, and led to great things. Exactly. If we could sustain this type of success, 10 staff points is pretty good. So yeah, did a good job stopping the run like we said we would. And we do have a new injury on the injury report. I'm guessing it's Traylon Burks and his dislocated elbow, and he'll be out 4 weeks, and that'll be a huge hit. Might consider signing a new wide receiver next time around. So yeah, we'll go ahead and advance the week, and that'll be it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for episode 3. I'll film it right after this, so should be coming out generally soon. So I'll see you guys next time. And breakout linebacker as well, something to look forward to. Let's go. Or against a good team in the Chargers too. I'll see you guys next time.